Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. So I'm coming back again with special days. This is the gorgeous bear hugs, which is kind of Valentine anniversary sort of loved up occasions really. And you've got sort of two very big toppers, some smaller toppers. We've got a happy anniversary to the one I love you very much. I love these little bears on the swing there on that sort of, it's not a tag because it's not got the hole for the tag, but it is that sort of style. And we've also got to the most wonderful couple, and then we've got with love bear hugs all the way along that one. And then the foiled one, I mean, how gorgeous is that with those beautiful little hearts on all over. Then we've got the printed one, which has kind of got this fabric feel to it as well, like, you know, like this is sort of sort of knitted sort of texture, I guess, and this is sort of more linen, sort of Hessian-y type. I'm sure it's more linen texture there. Print, which is gorgeous. And then you've got two inserts to match because I've got the big deal with the little book as well. Okay, let's pop that to the side. So I'm going to make the first card. I'm going to do a 7x5. I know you guys in the States quite like this size as well, but it is one of those ones that I am quite enjoying. But I thought I would do it with a step. So I've got this little, I don't know why I'm taking it out, because we're only going with the 5 across anyway. Okay, so let's trim it down to 5 first of all. And then what have we got here? We have got, looks like 4. So if I go 1.5, 1.5 is 3. So I'm going to go 3.5. So I don't want too much of a step. I just want a little bit, so I can put maybe a bit of that border on, maybe a bit of ribbon. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So let's bring this in. And I'm just going to score this at 1.5 and 3. Just give that a good score down. And then we're just going to mountain and valley that. I will use the burnishing tool just to get that nice crisp crease. There we go. So that's going to be our step. This is a card that I cut out of A3 cardstock. And this is going to go on to the front. That's going to be the start of our card. So let's bring in some red line tape. Got to the point where this is getting a bit wibbly wobbly because the inside keeps falling out of it. But it's still going, so just use every last little bit of it. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that across there. No, I won't waste it. And then I'm going to bring in some Collage Tacky glue. That across there. And then I'm just going to take that off my finger now because it looks like I've injured it. Put those up together quite nicely and then just fold that over all in one nice smooth movement. And then we've got our card with our little step attached. Now the benefit of doing it that way is that I can now hide this under my layers. If I did glue it behind, you wouldn't see it on the front of the card, but then when somebody opened it, they would. So I kind of prefer to do it that way and hide everything. But that's just me. You know, there are always other ways to do things. So, you know, you pick your favourite way to do it. Okay, so I've got an offcut of gold Miri here. It is Hunkydory. I'm just going to cut that down to 2 notches under the 5. And 2 notches under the 7. That one is going to go onto there. And then what's this here? Do you believe it's 1.5 minus 2 notches? Wow, awesome. There you go. So 1.5 minus 2 notches, and we'd already cut it to 2 notches under 5. So because I'm going to be using this bigger topper here, I think, which do I want to use? I think, no, I want to use that on the other one for sure. So we'll use the foiled one. And what I'm going to do is cut this down to 4 3/4. I could have come over a little bit more, taken some of that red off if I wanted, but no, I decided just to keep it all on there. And then I'm going to cut up 6 3/4, so that should fit rather nicely onto there. I like it so. And then I'm just going to match it up with this piece, so we need to go to 1 1/4. We'll keep it all the same going down that card. Okay, so that is all of our cardstock cut for this one. So let's pop some layers on, and then we can look at the topper. So I'm going to be using my Clout all-purpose glue for this one. When I'm doing the design team ones, they do prefer me to use their glues, so that's why you see me swap them out a little bit. But you know, horses for courses, they all do the same job. I just do prefer, I think what it is, you just get comfortable with things, and they're like my little security blanket now. So I do like to go back to them. Plus I've also got, well, I recently just bought a massive 100 milliliter bottle of the all-purpose, and I just bought 3 bottles from Crafter's Companion of the tacky, so it makes sense to use them. So on my main, on the sort of my main videos like this, I'm just going to use things that I like, because I don't have to use the Hunkydory ones, so I will use these ones up. So I've just put some glue dots on the end of there just because it's a smaller piece, and actually lately it has been better for me to do it that way, because the little pieces were the ones that were popping up a little bit, which is kind of annoying and sort of stops me moving on quite so fast. Oops, stop falling over. Let's do that the right way around, that will look good. So here we have, there, I've decided not to use any ribbon. I'm going to go with just that border instead, so I will use my trimmer to cut that down. There we go. So even just as that's, you could stick a tiny topper on that and that would still look gorgeous, because that looks expensive just as it is. And that's what I love about Hunkydory. Like, really, seriously, you don't need to do very much to it to make a card that looks like you've spent pounds on. Okay, so I'm going to pop this topper out, and it is a big one. Would be perfect for an 8x8, 6x8, or even bigger. I do want that border out, so let's just take that as well. And then because I'm doing With Love Bear Hugs, I think I'm probably going to go with Happy Anniversary to the one that I love. Because depending on who you're sending it to Most Wonderful Couple or I Love You Very Much, I don't necessarily want bear hugs with love, unless you're a big bear of a man. My cousin, bless her, she her husband's nickname is Bear. I don't know why. You know how these things start, but you know, they've been together since they were kids, really. And she lost her phone And you know, obviously she went tracking it down. She got a phone call from this store, and they said, you know, we've got, because it's well, it wasn't her that got the phone call, it was her husband that got the phone call to say that, you know, her phone was at this certain store. So she went to pick it up from the store, and the manager guy comes out, and he was like, okay, so I've got to ask you, who's Bear? Because there was about 3 or 4 of them, you know, like, you know how they come out in little gangs, don't they, managers? They don't like to deal with anyone on their own in case it all kicks off. But even though it wasn't a kicking off situation, but he comes out and he says, I've got to ask you, who's Bear? Because Bear's been ringing, you know, before they rang, you know, rang back and stuff. And she goes, oh, that's my husband. And then, like, the guys behind were like, I told you. Bless. But you have to be careful what nicknames you put in your phone, don't you? Oh dear, she is a funny girl. Lovely, lovely lady. Lovely, lovely lady. Mind you, I say that about everyone in my family. I mean, I've been really blessed. Like, I'm not just talking about like near family, like my sisters, but wider family. There is just such a lot of really lovely people, and I'm not just saying that because they're family. They just genuinely are really lovely people. There we go, we're nearly there. So these are 1mm foam pads. Just getting back to task in hand. And I think I might even go up to 2mm for that middle piece. That up a little bit higher. I didn't need to put quite so many as this on, but I've started, so I'll finish. And these are the Affix-It pads. Let's have a little feel. Yeah. And there is a right and a wrong way, so I don't want to put my hearts upside down. So let's just go around and whip all of these off. And there we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. And so this topper, because it is so big, it must be nearly 7 because it comes over nearly the whole of it. Let's just, oh, it is 6 exactly, so it just take up most of the card. So I'm just using that tacky glue just to give us a little bit of wiggle room time. Making sure I've got my hearts at the top, and then we're going to come in. I'm going to come quite close to the top because obviously we've got that step there. And it touches either side, so it must be 5 by 6 this topper. Okay, now I'm just going to decide whether I want that back in or not. Sometimes it helps just to break up that beautiful pattern, but if I do it, you're not going to see many of those foiled hearts. That's what I'm thinking. Go to place, there we go. No, I like it without. Okay, so we've got a frame there for another day, which is always great. Perfect for little books and things. I'm just going to go around with some of these 2mm ones. Round. There we go. There we go. So more tacky glue. Sorry, just being quiet while I say that. More tacky glue just to give us that wiggle room time. Where's my frame gone? Let's pop you back in. Should have left you there so you can help me line this up. You need to go in there and stay still though. Let's preview now. There we go. I can just put that into there and a little bit of surgery to get that out. And we should have an almost perfect spacing all the way around. It's going to be almost because we are human, and that's a good thing. No AI here, don't you know? Right, okay, let's grab my trimmer then. Let's make sure this is nice and straight. So I'm just gonna just go nice and straight, and then I'm gonna go to 4 3/4. Okay, so that's going to go across there. And then I'm not sure about this one. We'll keep that one, we might leave that again. Now, what I could do is put this at the bottom and then have this on the top of the step. So let's say we've got this now here. This is going to come over like so. I think that's going to be the best way to do it without interfering with the whole design of it. So that is what we're going to do. So this one I'm going to do flat. So I'm just going to use some tacky glue for this. Like I say, I want it quite close to the bottom. On there. And then I just want a little bit of foam pad on here. Not too much, because most of it is going to be below the line. So again, tacky glue, stand up. And what I'm going to do, just put my finger where the edge of that is, and come over like so. Pretty sure I can't see anything, so that's fantastic. There we go, that's looking rather nice. Now, gems. Red, blue, or I did get some new ones, so I'll show you the new gems I got from overseas. Not them. I got these are going to be the right ones. There's another one that's full ones. I've got those ones, and then those. I really like these ones, like they're all together. And then I've got some cream. And there was some more, but they have fallen. I can't get to them right now. There was these ones. I'm sure there was a couple of other ones as well. Let me just those out as well, just in case you want those. Blue, like a pale blue. And that must have been it. Okay, that was it. I thought I had more than that, but never mind. Those are no good for this, they're too pale. Those are too pale. I think I'm going to do go gold. When in doubt, go gold. If you do get these, what I do advise you to do is just take a permanent marker, Sharpie, something like that, and write top on it, because if you open this upside down, what you will find is that's too shallow for all of these beads to fit into, and they would go everywhere. So that would be my word of advice if you do happen to pick any of these up from, I got these from AliExpress. Okay, let's go. Let's think. How should we go? So really I only want a couple here and here. I think what I'm going to do is just go with 3 there. Let's go medium size. Where's my tool? There you are. I'm keeping them all the same size. There we go. And then I'm going to pop 4 on this side. It's not the same size. No, I don't want the smaller ones. We wanted the bigger ones, didn't we? There we go. One, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, put them back into the little compartments. There. And that is going to be my finished card. So we've got our little card with the step, just something a little different, just something to add to it. It doesn't really add to the thickness of it because we've only gone with 1 and 2 millimeters. So you know that should, touch wood, in the UK still go through, just about through as a letter. I'm just showing you this side profile there, but obviously on a shelf you're just going to have that bit of movement there while that pokes in front. So I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, I thought it'd been really nice, for me anyway, just to come back to just a straight 6x6 tent fold card. You know, it's nice to just refresh yourself and just go for a nice easy one every now and then. It doesn't always have to be about the tricks and folds and things. Mind you, I'm not dissing the tricks and folds and things because they make beautiful cards, but it's also just nice to come back. So I've got a piece of 12x6 300 GSM, and I've just folded that in half to make a 6x6. And then I've got a gold 6x6 mirror mat, and I'm just going to take 2 notches off 2 of the sides. This should be a really quick card as well, so if you are going somewhere you just need a nice quick card, or you've forgotten somebody and you needed a nice quick card, this should be perfect. So this pattern piece is 5 3/4. And don't forget, you know, even though it's got the pattern on there, you still can go in with an embossing folder. If you've got like a linen embossing folder, that would look gorgeous on there. But you know, don't be afraid if there's a pattern on there like that. You know, don't think you can't go in with an embossing folder, because you absolutely can. Okay, so here we go. So what I'm going to do is pop this onto here first of all, because I'm not sure if I want to put some ribbon on. I don't think I do. I might do it as a little bow or something, but because I've got the perfect colour red, that's the thing. I've got the perfect colour red that matches this exactly. So let's just put that on nice and straight. Okay, let's bring the topper. So we're going with the other big one, that big round one with those beautiful teddies loved up on a little love swing. We're just going to gently tweak them out. So there's those. I'm going to go with the really cute I love you very much, and I'm going to leave those to go on. So I'm just because obviously I've still got cardstock wise, I've got this foiled piece and I've got this printed piece as well. So you know, I want to make a couple of cards, and also I've got the little book, so you will probably see a couple of cards on Pinterest with them, which I'll finish off after this video while the video is editing. Trying to be more zero waste this year, try and use things up, and so far it's not going so well, but this kit so far I've been doing good. Everyone I've used the kit up and some pages from the book, so I am happy with that. Okay, so I'm just grabbing these pips, and if you're ever like struggling to see where the pips are, turn it over. because they pop out a lot more from that side. They're a lot easier to see. The ones on the inside, if you can't get your scissors in, you can use either a little nail file, or just go over it with your fingernail and just push it back down. Because it's paper, it will sort of squash up a little bit. There we go. I'm just gonna, it's a bit rough there. What's that one like? Oh, oops, jumping scissors. That should be a swear word, shouldn't it? Oh my god, jumping scissors. Right, okay, now I think we're ready. So let's see, if I put this on here, I've got this here, let me show you this ribbon, which is like, look, the perfect red. Do I want to pop? I'm going to just do maybe a bow at the end. Okay, so this is good. So this means now I can attach this to my card. Sometimes I buy these things, or I have these things, and I think, oh, I must use it with that because it is perfect. But when you make the card, somehow it doesn't feel right. So I really love these sessions where I just, oh, it's all gone blurry. Come on. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I really love these sessions where I can just sit down and craft and change as I like, because it's interesting sometimes where it takes you. Okay, so let's see. Let's do it the opposite way around this time. So we did this with the 1mm last time, didn't we? So have we got enough to go in there? Well, we're going to make it be enough. So what I'm going to do is just chop all those in half, straight up the middle, and they cut really nicely. So no stick on the scissors, because they're not sticky on the sides. They're really great, these ones. These are fix-it ones. And what I'm going to do is just go north, south, east, west. Gone off my north, south, east, west, but hey ho, we will pop that in there, and that's going to be nice and equal. Okay, yeah, feels good. Now, is there a right or a wrong way? No. The hearts go upside down any way which way you put it. Dogs are barking out there. Don't know if you can hear them. Sounds like Princess on the end. That's not her actual name, that's just what we call her. She's like a Yorkie. A noisy Yorkie. Do you ever notice the smaller the dog, the noisier they are? That's been my experience anyway. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm going to go with that heart there. So I'm just going to pop that round about in the middle. We'll use that trick again. We'll put that back in. And then I can come in with these nice big chunky ones. These are 1mm again. I think they're like 2 by 2 centimeters. Yeah, well, they're an inch in size. Just a nice amount of glue so we can just, if I do find out that I've popped my bears on, swinging up instead of staying straight in the middle, like so. There they are. Oh, how cute do they look. Right, a little bit of surgery again. Come on. This is like Operation, do you remember that game? I don't know if you guys in the States have it. But there's a game that I had when I was, well, actually it's my sister's game. It's a man on a table, and you have to go in with your tweezers and get out his bread basket and his funny bone, and all these things without touching the metal sides, or his nose would light up and it would buzz and scare the bejesus out of you. Okay, so we're coming up here. I think it's a bit busy down there, so if I put it up in one of these blanker sides, it's going to be better. So just going to pop feels good. So I'm going to let the frame support some of it, which is what you want to do. And then I'm going to pop that under there. Just grab, just see a little bit of glue spreading under those foam pads. So if I just clear it up now, it looks better later on. So these ones, shall I go with gold again? I think I'm going to have to. Let's go with gold. Oh, I don't think I've got any red pearls. Oh, and there's other pink pearls that are the new ones. That was the other one, pink. If it had been a hot red, then I would have been all over that. So we've got two glittery reds there. The red would look really nice on the blue. We might have to go with some other ones. Sorry, you're going to hear me rattling. I've got those ones, but they're quite small. Green. Oh, I have the ones in there. Don't think we're going to go with the glitter. They're too small because there's only the little ones left over. Let's go with these red ones. So I pop some out onto the desk. So they are mixed in with some blue ones and some sort of clear baby ones. So I'm going to have to tip out all of them to find the ones I want. I want that one. I want that one. I mean, look at these. See, like little diamonds, really cute, really sparkly. Don't know how many I need. There we go. We've got a little selection there. Okay. So I think I'm going to do the same as what I did before. I'm going to come up here, probably a bigger blob of glue than I need, to be fair. I'll go with that bigger one, and it will dry clear, so don't have to worry too much. Go to there, come on, stick. And then I'm going to come down here, try and find those dots of glue. Sorry, creaky chair. Keep telling my sister that it's my bones, not the chair. She doesn't believe me. Okay, so I'm just going to pop those to the side. Just pop that in there, so it's going to roll. I don't know what. There we go, it's gone. Problem solved. Right, so what I want to do is just bring in my little glitter girls. There's an old glitter girls bone maker. And I'm going to bring in a little bit of this red ribbon. It's poppy red is what it's called. And just going to bring that up and down. Tight. Out of the way. And what I can do is just pull those little tails down a bit, neaten that up. And what I'll do is I'll just show you that before these tweezers go on, because it will take a little while to dry. I'm just going to come in with some tacky glue. I need my tweezers. And I'm going to pop that on. Actually needs to go a little bit to the left, I think. Just there we go. So what I will do is I will leave that on there for 10 minutes. So by the time you see the photo, that will be permanently attached. But it's just going to bring that little bit of red to it. So very simple, very easy. Like, it couldn't be more easy if you tried. I mean, if you wanted to make it even easier, you could just fold this card in half and then pop that on, and that would be even easier. But I do like to save that and make another card out of it. Right, so let me bring back that first card. So just so you know what this one is called, let me tell you, it is Bear Hugs. Obviously I'm going to put the inserts in them, so they will go in there. But that's it for today. So thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye.